All right, it is morning, and I forget what day it is, but clouds are coming in a little bit. But I've met a couple guys up here. A lot of people had asked me as I was coming, "Are you going by yourself?" And yeah, technically I was leaving by myself, but there are people out here, and it's just such a cool culture of camaraderie, and everybody's out here for the same reason, and so it's just really neat. But I've met a couple guys. They're from Pennsylvania, and they go by two beards. They have, mine's starting to grow out a little bit, but they have two full beards, and that's one of the things of trail culture is coming up with a trail name. And I'd mentioned my trail name's U-Turn, but they were two beards, so they kind of took it together. So one's B1 and one's B2. So I've hooked up with those guys, and we're going to make it to a shelter tonight. And we got a spot at the Hostel in Hiwassee for the following night. The rain's supposed to come in. It also gives us a chance to resupply and, clean everything up. And then, man, we're getting close to North Carolina, and that's kind of a big deal just to hit that state line. And I'm looking forward personally to get into an area that I haven't been, so that's cool. So that's what's going on now. Hope everybody's doing well. Beautiful views on top of Tray Mountain. Obviously, I'm being a little sarcastic. That's why you enjoy the views when you got them, because you're not promised them. You can certainly tell the rain's coming in. All right, this is kind of gross, but I came across this, and you can tell it's some kind of poop from some animal. And somebody's watching may be able to help me out. I'm assuming it might be a coyote or something, but it's like two droppings, but one, you can tell they had eaten some kind of furry animal. Anyway, obviously you can tell what they eat based on, and if their body can't process it, it gets rid of it. So anyway, kind of cool, but hopefully it didn't gross anybody out. All right, check this out. Squirrel party house. So obviously they're all up in this tree. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, they're all up there somewhere. But they are dropping it down right here. So here's all the trash from the party. All the nuts. That's pretty cool. All right, this is from a Parkwood, peeps. We talk about showing your swag. I am in the swag of the Blue Ridge. I have no idea what happened to that sign though. Maybe some person wanting to tear stuff up, who knows, but hopefully you're showing your swag like we talked about. All right, check this out. I thought this was super cool. I had to come off the trail, kind of straight down here because I needed some water. But so there was a trail with the blue blaze, but look, there's no water. But check this out. Right under the tree. It's so cool. And then of course it opens up into a creek right here, and then it goes back underground down there, it looks like. But that's just so cool to me that the water's just traveling underneath the earth. And there's a tree right there where it decides to show its face. Very cool. Just going to share this with you. This is Seanock is a brand, I think. I've always wanted one, never had one, but I bought one. So down there at that creek I just showed you, I filled this up with water, and then I brought it back up here. And you don't have to have it hanging, but I put the filter, so this company makes those bags for different types of filters that people have. And with the filter I have, I can just let the gravity do its thing. And so that's coming through the filter right now. And then I'm gonna put the phone down here in a second and push it to let it go a little bit more. The two main filters it seems like people have out here are these Katadyn or Katadyn B free, or the Sawyer Squeeze. I've had more luck with the B free. Well, I had luck with both. I like the Be Free because it has a better flow rate coming out, and I'm just impatient. So anyway, and that once that's empty, I'll roll it up, and it's super small, but it's a great way to hold the dirty water, and then you put the filter in, and it comes out clean. All right, so this is Deep Gap Shelter, and this is every shelter is a little bit different. I'll show you inside here. Here's B2 signing the logbook. That's part of it. But in here you got 2 lofts. Look here, there's even windows in this thing. 2 lofts, and then this whole area down below, and
hard to keep up on your calories.
picnic table,
You're walking all day long.
and fire pit, and then over on the side, it's where you can cook your food and whatnot. But that's kind of how it works, you know. You just people are making their way and all become a neat little group, and you know by the end of the evening we'll know each other pretty well. Pretty much everybody here except that young lady I've already met. But anyway, this is going to be home for the night. All right, another night, another day, another adventure. It rained all last night, but thankfully we were in a shelter, so warm and toasty. We've really been lucky with weather. I mean, even though it's kind of rainy, but. So the plan is today, we got about 4 miles to go until Dix Creek Gap, and we're going to take and there's a hostel there around the bend, and they'll take you into Hiwassee, and so you can resupply and whatnot. And but one lesson I learned was don't anticipate that you can just walk in, because and we're still really early in the season, hiking season, and but they said they were straight booked out after we made the last room. And so anyway, so if you're looking at doing this thing, plan ahead and good luck. It's all part of it. All right, coming to the gap, and man, I have got to be the most blessed person in the world. I done found fresh ground again. Holy cow. All right, so what a blessing to have trail magic again, especially from fresh ground. I mean, 3 times on this trip so far. But the van's here from the hostel, and we're about to get in the van, and I'm looking forward to getting cleaned up and everything ready to go.
Say what? Yeah, he slept at the hostel last night. That's good.
He's thinking about getting in a warm bed and a shower.
Yeah. They had 2 showers.
So they take us here, and then they got slots for signing up for the shuttle times to get into town. He took our bags up here. Some chilling cats. Some big old cats. What's up, cat? Okay, so this is actually something I've never seen before, but it has like loaner clothes. So when I'm washing all my clothes and getting everything, I can just wear that. And loaner socks and everything. And here's just the laundries and all that. So everybody's just taking care of business. Hey, good morning. All right, this is day 11. It's February 23rd, I think. A lot of people started the trail yesterday because it was 2:22:22, and so we're right ahead of the bubble, and we're trying to keep it there. It is raining, still here at the hostel. Going to be leaving here in about an hour. It's supposed to rain the first couple hours, and but we get into North Carolina, so excited about that. Wish I could have showed you a little bit more of the hostel. Man, the owners were awesome. Again, this is around the bend. A lot of cool people here. I'm telling you, the hiker community is just awesome. But I just wanted to respect. There were some folks that you could tell, they're like, man, what are you recording? So anyway, I didn't do a lot of recording with people around and whatnot. But anyway, so that's it. So we're going to try to get 12 miles today, and it's a lot uphill stuff. So I ain't going to lie to you, I ain't looking forward to it. but we'll get it, and I'll let you know how it goes. All right, good morning. It's been the first few, I think I've gone in about 4 miles or so. Been hiking a couple hours, and it's been raining, but the sun's starting to come out a little bit. The shelter was, the hostel was really cool. About 4 miles from the state border, which is awesome. Thought I'd share a little bit of, let's do some hiking or backpacking terminology, because at the hostel they were taking advantage of what they call slack packing. I'll get to that in a second. But when you hear through hiking is when you're going, literally all the way through the entire trail. And there are so many different trails, different lengths throughout the country. The AT is kind of like the Rose Bowl and ball games. It's the granddaddy of them all. There is the Triple Crown. You got the AT and the Pacific Crest Trail, the PCT, and the CDT, the Continental Divide Trail. But anyway, that's through hiking. Then you can have section hiking, which is when you're hiking just certain sections of that trail. And that's all I've been able to do up until this point, before trying a through hike. And you can have day hiking, which really could be section hiking, but day hiking is just that. You're just hiking during the day. You're not spending the night. One of the things that a lot of the hikers were doing, they were slack packing, and I mentioned that. And what that is, so let's say the hostel drops them off, and they hike to a different pickup place, but they don't have to carry their full pack. So you're still hiking the miles, but you don't have to drudge around your full pack. So a lot of the hikers were taking advantage of that. Matter of fact, I crossed a few, and on the AT, it's either going north and south. And if you're going north, that's Nobo for northbound. And then south, I bet you could guess, is Sobo, southbound. So anyway, probably more information than you want, but I just thought that was, that's kind of real basic stuff. So if you're a backpacker, you're like, duh, but, trying to let people know that may not. Still hadn't quite made it to the border yet, but I stopped, and this has been my lunch lately. Some peanut butter, just taking my spoon and dipping it out, and cutting some cheese and tortilla, and then there's a Snicker bar. So that's one thing I'm learning, and I'm still got a lot to learn, is eating on the trail. But from what I have gathered, you just kind of do the best you can while you're out here, and then just really try to be intentional with what you eat when you're in town and stuff. So. All right, well, we are at mile 78, which means North Carolina-Georgia border. So super excited about that. All right, just past the border, this is a kind of iconic tree right up here at Bly Gap. Matter of fact, the hostel we were staying in last night, they had a painting of this tree. It's just really unique, kind of cool. I don't know if it has a name, so if it does, somebody can comment and let me know. All right, so this is a sign coming into the National Forest, closed to motor vehicles, motorized equipment, hang gliders, and bicycles. Dude, you got your hang gliders?
I know.
Huh?
But
got
it's kind of funny they used to call me Dorito hang glider.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, no hang gliders. All right, I guess we're good. This is looking west. There's Hiawassee out there. I don't know if you can see there's a lake. I had to look it up, but that's Lake Chatoog. And Brasstown Bald is over here to my left. And it's crazy. I was hiking in probably about 3 hours of rain this morning, and now I got this beautiful afternoon. I tell you, God can make some cool stuff, can't he? All right, so this is, what's the name of the shelter? Muskrat Creek Shelter And you know, we talked about how just they're all so very different. But so they have these strings in here, and we can hang our packs. We've got everything set there, hang on our packs, but have the water bottles there. So hopefully the little furry mice can't get down into the packs. That's the plan anyway. So we'll see. We got to try to outsmart them. And we got a bear bag hanging out there. And so we're all set.